young men are turning the corner down there. I went up quite a bit after I talked to him, and but I still caught up to them. Look, here's my third video review, although I did do a 1 or 2 little video of this G-Bike, and I'm pretty happy. I mean, I'm sad that I can't sell my long bike, my yellow bike, for $5, but it doesn't seem to show on Marketplace Facebook. Facebook has been screwing with me for quite a long time, and they've stolen money on my account, which is one of the reasons I close my account, which was meant for my not-for-profit society that nobody cared enough for their own kids to set into a community. What if somebody said, "Hey Martin, I saw your cat, he's living in here with his 17 girlfriends, and he won't let any males of any kind of mammals come anywhere near, and he's going to bite you again if you come." Anyways, some things I wanted to say about the bike again is, yeah, I will have to make this more comfortable by putting it in the right place. I like where my brakes are set because I have two fingers on here to even lock up the brakes, enough at the end to lock up the brakes, and 3 fingers on here for the front brake to really go hard. And it's not easy the way it's set up to lock up the front brakes because they're not powered, so that means you need a lot of power with your hand. But even downhill on gravel, these tires grab so much. The amazing thing also that surprised me is many times I was locking up my rear wheel for fun going downhill, and a tire this wide and soft, at any speed I was doing this, it didn't skid sideways as much as a more narrow tire would do. I still don't recommend it in all the many places where there's no fence. It's just a very steep fall for people to get hurt or vehicles to pretty much roll many times and explode. The other thing I wanted to say is that you can put this on or off. I always leave it on. The other thing is I discovered now, especially because I had it on power 5 in the first gear a lot, going up and assisting it with my muscles. I noticed that it's not actually tiny vibrations like this that would trigger the engine to come on when you're not on the throttle but on one of the power assists. It's actually something bouncing here that does it. So, and these rough roads, especially I had it on power 5, yeah, it would often kick in. For me, I can adapt to this, but I wonder if there's a way to minimize this issue, you know. Like it's risky when your gears are all doing great, it's kind of risky to kind of try to fine-tune something out of it. I can live with that little thing. When I was going downhill, sometimes it was my right foot forward, sometimes it was my left, and that's one of the ways that I would pace myself. But I can't wait to actually set these up properly, because it is harder, it seems, on my right hand because I'm closer with my brake, and here my left hand's separated, and it seems to be able to separate the weight being pushed on it downhill. So see, so at some point it was 1, and now it's back to 4. But again, I help a lot. Like, I don't think a person without pedaling at all, even with a full battery, could all the way to the top. I don't think so. I'd be very surprised. I think you have to help, and I was helping because that was more fun for me, even going uphill, because it just felt good to maintain that particular speed in the first gear, which is not as rotation-wise compared to other bikes the same. It's actually still a tough gear if you don't have any power assist. But with the power assist at 5, even the steep hills, I was finding that I could keep that pedaling going. And it was wonderful. It almost felt like a motorcycle. That's why I wanted to keep going, right? But a motorcycle going up this, or even down without, let's say, a radiator fan, could overheat. It has to be a bike that is meant for a lot of climbing, for example. I wouldn't recommend regular street bikes that are meant to cool off at highway speed to do things like this, even if somebody changes their tires. Anyways, so I am happy with this bike, and I did buy this to add more comfort, although it was a decent quality seat. And this mirror really surprised me, and as soon as I tightened it at the right place, I wanted it. But I'm still so used to turning my head, I forget to look in the mirror. But I'm really happy with the curvature of the mirror, and even the shape of it for best performance. It's almost like a high quality motorcycle mirror that you don't want to change for a cheap one if it breaks, because you could really tell how good your original one was if that happens.